We're also going to be featuring at the end of the year Gil Landry, who's a two-time Grammy winner musician who's also started doing art, and he's going to be doing an installation and music in that month. So it's going to be pretty awesome.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's and like your roots. And one thing that's fascinating is like you're bringing beautiful culture to Boulder Creek, which I love, and I do think there's a beautiful connection, like San Lorenzo Valley to Santa Cruz and the greater South Bay, and in many ways, that's kind of the filling station in between, right? Like when people do journey through the mountains to Santa Cruz, there's a lot to offer in the San Lorenzo Valley.
Yeah.
There's a lot actually of opportunity because it is still kind of wild out there.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that. We live in Bonnie Doon.
Nice.
And so like I kind of do the whole Empire grade down into, Felton Empire grade into the valley weekly. And I've developed a deep connection and love of Boulder Creek.
Yeah.
And I kind of love that there's still an openness out there. And what are your thoughts a little bit about like connecting with the redwoods and connecting with maybe curating kind of to the valley?
Yeah, definitely. The redwoods are very, very beautiful, and it's really nice to have that nestled in the redwoods, the Arthouse.
You're right downtown.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right downtown.
Yeah, and
old history, like 1800s.
Exactly.
Max Place.
Yeah,
just down the way from you guys.
And when James and Sarah left, but just before they left, they did this installation called Spectrum, which brought all of that together.
Oh, really?
To the old time redwoods, also the loggers from before.
It's a logging town, I believe.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was a fascinating installation. It was a silent exhibit, and there were performers in different rooms, and it was a installation of progression of light, music, and art, and it gave you this feeling of the beginning of your life to the end of your life, and seeing all the visions of Boulder Creek and the town, and feeling it, and feeling what the loggers went through. It was pretty awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So for those that have maybe passed by and haven't had a chance to go in, there's a little taste of their community's history.
Yes, yeah. Not only does the building just really has its own history in itself, but the way the Arthouse is set up really embraces all of that, with the wood to the old time look, the metal countertops. It really creates that connection to something that maybe we've kind of forgotten and lost, but we can connect with in that space.
In many ways, there's a community hub component to the Arthouse, and Boulder Creek is very special in the sense that for being such a small town, it has its own radio station.
Yeah.
It has its own Arthouse, has multiple nice markets that I like relish. Living in Bonnie Doon, I come to Boulder Creek and shop at Wild Roots and Johnny's.
Yeah.
And then and it has its own like little foodie scene with Scopazzi's and Red Pearl. Like it's got it going on. It's got Joe's Bar.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's kind of got it. It's like a best kept secret of Santa Cruz County. What have you been surprised of, or like what has surprised you in this journey? And it's pretty interesting. So you've kind of like continued and carried the torch on.
Yeah.
But in many ways, you are pioneering new things with this exciting event happening May 3rd and 4th. But I'd love to hear your thoughts about, this next chapter.
Yeah. The next chapter of Lile Aeske has been awesome. We've been able to do not only the music and art that James and Sarah had started, which has been beautiful and wonderful. Many new artists, many new musicians coming through. We've also been able to add a menu of food
Cool.
to the art house. We do authentic Indian food.
Incredible.
My family background is Indian.
Fantastic.
From India, Gujarati. So
Wow, how cool.
yeah, and we
Downtown Boulder Creek.
Yeah, downtown Boulder Creek has some of the best Indian food.
Oh my
Spices
gosh.
directly from our hometown village in Gujarat in India.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Can we segue a little bit and talk about food and cuisine?
Yeah.
Because one thing, so I play in a band, and of course my wife, she has deep roots in Santa Cruz. Like, I was blessed to meet someone, like I didn't know it, but I was kind of manifesting. I fell in love with Santa Cruz in 2008. And I moved here in 2008. Had been in love with it, not knowing that I loved this place. And I met my wife at an audition at Cabrillo College. The importance of being it was the Marriage of Figaro, and the performing arts is my roots. That's kind of like where I'm coming from, and I remember her at the audition, and then we got to know each other. Because it was tied to the college, there was like a mandatory, because we were taking classes throughout the whole production. Mm-hmm. And so to build the set or to help with lighting or sound was part of your hours of work towards the class to get a grade. And we had both had jobs and we had a makeup day. And in short, I got to know her on this like makeup day where like it was just the two of us. We were the two people that had jobs in the production that like missed the school hours. And what I learned about the creative process is it can really bring people together. And what I learned about her and getting to know her family, it's like a very old Santa Cruz Italian family, and so food is very much like the expression of love. Yeah. It also keeps people like the Sunday dinners and now we're having children and they're being raised in the same home of her mom lived in, and her it's a legacy place. And the thing about food and traditions and like it's very important to keep those things alive.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
In this time especially, similar to arts and culture, similar to like, but think about folk music, because a lot of the genres showcased in the festival are like folk or Americana or singer-songwriter, like a lot of originals, but they're inspired by kind of timeless sounds.
Yeah, exactly.
And coming from the art house and coming from Boulder Creek, there's this tie to, understanding where you come from and the roots. And I love that piece of what you're bringing to the art house is more tradition and food. And like, can you speak a little bit about like how food brings people together? And that's incredible for Boulder Creek. Yeah. Another key thing of being the best kept secret of Santa Cruz is you got some amazing Indian cuisine.
Yeah, and the food really brings people together when they have the food. The spices are very vibrant, as you know, and they have a lot of taste. And in India, the food is a big part of our culture.
Yeah.
We love sharing it with others, and people get that feel. They get the love from the food. The musicians love it because they get to enjoy a nice meal, respite from the road.
Yes.
Musicians also have a place to stay when they come there. There's a room, so it just creates a really nice feel when you add the food component to everything.
That's also good to know for people listening. So, a lot of our shows here, are enjoyed after. So, for potential artists listening, that's a huge asset that you can provide. There's a place to stay.
Yeah.
It's funny, like I've been playing with a few groups and they speak to like areas of like, we should go here because there's a place to stay. So Boulder Creek might be somewhere on the for the right fit and the right sound. That's beautiful. So let's speak a little bit about this exciting event. It's happening in Pescadero.
Mm-hmm.
Has it always been in Pescadero?
No, this is the first year we're doing it.
That's what I want to talk about. Location. Location. Let's speak a bit about, because and I'll give you some context. Just personally, like Lexi and I, it's my wife's name, and we have 2 kids. We really love the circuit from north on the one, right? Like coming down Bonnie Doon Road and just cruising up.
Yeah.
And Pie Ranch is something we've always like appreciated. Like we always stop at Swanton, and we always get Rodini pumpkins when it's seasonal, and we go to Davenport and Whale City with my father-in-law, and you know we have these traditions, whether it be like weekly, you know, on Sundays or seasonally with the pumpkins.
Yeah.
Or now festivals.
Right.
And so speak about Pescadero. It's a beautiful part of the world.
Yeah.
And it's kind of overlooked, I think. It's a very special place.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not. It's not overlooked. But I overlooked it for a while until I started exploring Pescadero and was like, oh my gosh, I love this part of the one.
Oh, it's a really beautiful place. But just to give you a little history on the May Day Music Festival, it started as an idea during the pandemic to actually get people together. We were not able to do live music, and so we had to do live streams. And people were just, it was a really tough time. People were trying to figure out a connection to something. And so we birthed the May Day Music Festival right in the Arthouse virtually over a 2-day festival.
In the Arthouse.
Yeah, in the Arthouse. Ben and Anna,
Amazing.
Who used to live in Santa Cruz, were helping curate at the time, dressed up and did everything, made it feel totally like a festival. And we had the artists do the same thing when we were live streaming them, and they would play the music from their wherever location they were at. They decorated their area and made it feel just amazing. And coming out of the pandemic, we decided to do it live, and we had an amazing time at Hallcrest Vineyards in Felton.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Big ups to Hallcrest.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right.
Coming down Felton Empire into Highway 9.
Right. But the
Great
only
place.
drawback about Hallcrest was we couldn't do camping, and the music festival had to end at like 5 o'clock. And so
It's pretty early.
yeah. And
Hard
so
to build out sets.
Yeah, exactly. So we wanted to do something that we could do a little bit longer in a beautiful setting and allow camping for people to camp over, and to do a 2-day festival. And Pie Ranch just became like the perfect place, just looking around, and just the fields, the beauty that surrounds it just makes it a beautiful place for a music festival.
Yeah, going north on the one from Santa Cruz, it's like the Hunter S. had his own little diatribe about it. But there are these picturesque, it's kind of like untouched, beautiful, like where the continental, cliffs just end.
Yes.
Right? And you
Right.
get the essence of the Pacific. It is like that red triangle with like some of the best surfing with some of the like the breeding grounds of the great white sharks.
Yeah.
Which is kind of enticing and exciting. There's kind of like that magic essence in the ocean spray when you're cruising past, and then you get like Año Nuevo and the elephant seals and like some of the most like exotic, beautiful breeding grounds of all the creatures of the whole world are just like you're passing by on the way to San Francisco. Pie Ranch has always stood out. We've always kind of wanted to build a connection or visit. It's always in passing. We're always trying to get somewhere, but I think it's really exciting, and I commend you on bringing the camping element to your 2-day festival. How cool!
Yeah, no, it's
because
great.
there's the Redwood Mountain Fair in Roaring Camp. There are Mountain Soul right in the valley, but these aren't. You can't really camp.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so you're bringing that element.
Yeah.
Which provides more opportunity for people to connect and bond and build memories.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's
Oh,
what we're
cool.
trying, that's what we're all about, is trying to build these experiences, connect with the artists on an individual level, really feel the music, feel the surroundings, and what a great day to do it on May Day,
Yes. Yeah. We just played, so our group is Ancestry, a local roots group from Santa Cruz. We started in 2010, so this is our 15th year performing locally.
Awesome.
And we just started like kind of that, what you're speaking to, like a camp out last weekend at a reservoir in Farmington, which is like let's say like it's 3 hours away from here. It's inland from Tracy and Livermore at this interesting reservoir, kind of near Merced or in Calaveras County, and it kind of like it's reinvigorated. Like, okay, like people really want to go and express themselves over a couple of days, like build a camp, kind of express themselves in cuisine and barbecue and grilling and that like element of getting like the late night, the campfire,
right.
the jam. Like for example, Cesar brought out a soprano sax, and we were playing. I think around the campfire we had like 6 bands represented, and like different members of every band jamming, singing the same song at 1 a.m. It's kind of like that's what happens when you have that camping component, right? There's like these unknown yet to be expected happenings that bring people closer. And like for example, I'll never forget River from Modesto and this guy from like different players, Sammy Ramone, and all these interesting characters from that campfire.
Yeah.
And so it's really exciting what you're. And like, can we speak a little bit about like post-pandemic activations? How can the community support, and how can vendor, like I imagine you guys are looking for vendors, or like how can this interview be of service towards continuing seeing more activations?
Yeah.
Because the pandemic was tricky.
It was very tricky.
It really discouraged, or it wasn't intentional, but just by default, we've lost a lot of the talent pool.
Right, exactly. And, there's still downstream effects from it. But in terms of supporting the Art House, some of the best ways are donations. We are a nonprofit organization promoting the arts and the music. So we are a 501c3. So donations are what completely support us. And donations either directly or by buying a ticket and coming to the event. That's great. We just lowered the ticket price to kind of help everybody come. So we're hoping that we made it very affordable for everyone by doing that. And we just want everybody to have a great time and connect. And so we hope everybody can come to this festival.
Nice. Yeah, that's, one thing is, with people blocking out May Day, it's my experience with Farmington was it's getting to be a very temperate time as well.
Yes.
So I would say by May, we're going to see things kind of warming up, and pretty impressive lineup.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a nice, like, could we speak a little bit to that process? How did you guys come up with that? All the work probably went into that. Did a lot of those artists on the lineup play the Art House? Maybe speak a little bit of like, this circle of friends and relationships and artists and talents that are going to be showcased at the event to get people engaged and going.
So some of the musicians that are playing have played at previous May Day music festivals. Some have played in the Art House, and some we've just been connected to that we have not been able to play with before, but fit the genre and of the folk Americana type music that we do, and certainly ones like Marty O'Reilly. Marty, we've known him for a long time, and he's done music all over, and we're really looking forward to having him in his trio. We also have Whisker Man. Whisker Man really rocked out the entire festival the last time we had it.
Nice.
They're very high, really nice energy group. And then we've also got
that's Saturday, right?
Yeah, that's Saturday.
And so when you say the last time, was it at the Art House?
That was
remote?
That was at Hallcrest Vineyards. Yeah.
Yes.
And everybody heard it. Everybody heard it from all over.
So, okay, great. So when you're speaking to other May Days, we're talking about Felton.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Exactly.
So this is, you guys are, you're pushing, you're growing, you're growing, you're expanding.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
Fruiting. I know, yeah, this is
trying
fantastic.
to get the feel out to everyone.
That's really exciting. Yeah. So, because the very early days were the Zoom, right?
Yes. Exactly.
And now Hallcrest. So that's the progression.
Yeah.
Pandemic, remote. Right. I remember those days. We did a couple shows in my backyard with the film crew. It's pretty cool. And then Hallcrest, and now Pirate.
Yeah.
With a camping component.
Exactly.
So you guys are really going for it's exciting. Yeah. Like a legit festival experience.
Yeah. We love curating really nice experiences. And,
it's very important. Yeah. And what I would say and what I commend you on is to go for the camp out. Mm-hmm. At least one night, right? Like that's and way up there north on the one in Pescadero, we like there's a goat farm up there, Hartley Farm.
Yes, exactly.
For my kids.
Yeah. The stars are incredible. The ocean scene is really beautiful.
Yeah, for anyone listening that hasn't investigated the terroir of that area, maybe you do know it. Pine Ranch specifically, a very, very perfect, like a charmed spot. Yeah, you couldn't have curated a better spot.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this.
That's how we feel, too.
Yeah. I know, and with any festival, so I've kind of been adjacent. I've been festival adjacent for a long time with a lot of big groups through the band, but also through the radio show. And sometimes it's like it takes a couple of years to catch fire.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But what I think what you guys are doing beautifully is going the right direction as far as like what people are like, because people want to express themselves and have a legit camp.
Right.
And you need a camp out to express yourself, right?
Yeah,
like at 5 o'clock on a Hellcrest,
it's
not going to work.
Yeah, right.
There's only so much you can do with a little wagon and
exactly.
go home at 5.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So what other acts, so you mentioned, I didn't mean to interrupt, Whisker Man. What other acts are you excited? I saw Rainbow Girls.
Rainbow Girls. Yeah, they are a dynamo, and they will not disappoint. That we've seen some of their shows lately, and they are incredible, and they do shows all over. They've been touring, and their new music, their new stuff is it's just incredible. And so I encourage everybody who follows them to definitely come and see their act.
I work at Mose Alley, and I'm close with the Coffice Brothers, and their new album. I think their last song features the Rainbow Girls, and I remember in the early days of touring in 2012 in Santa Barbara.
Nice.
The Rainbow Girls were the ones that hosted my band. When we were on the road, they gave us a place to stay.
Wow. So
not only are they dynamic performers and deliver to the people with their music, but they also take care of Santa Cruz artists on the road.
Exactly.
So I can't express enough thanks and praise on a good. That's a lot of like my motivation too, is to like not only support the Arthouse and all the collaborators and everybody putting this thing on, but it takes a village to make it work.
Definitely. Yeah.
What else are you guys looking for from the village as far as how can we support what you're doing?
Yeah. So coming to shows is a great way to do it. Supporting the art. Come in first Fridays. Come and have food with us at the Arthouse. I tried the Indian food.
Yes, try the food.
And spread the word that we're a little gem in the Santa Cruz Mountains, trying to make some noise in the art and music, and just trying to give everybody a great experience that they'll remember for a very long time, and give people something that's close to their roots.
Well said. Who else is involved? I want to throw some shine on the collaborators for this activation.
Absolutely.
Some beautiful art, some beautiful, obviously Pie Ranch, other people. We've given Pie Ranch some love, but Cheyenne,
yes,
let's speak
White
to
Rabbit,
because I've been putting those images on my Instagram, and so is Santa Cruz Voice.
Yeah, Cheyenne's been a key collaborator for a lot of our events that we've done outdoor, and she's going to she's definitely curating all of the artists that are going to be there and showcasing their their art. And so that collaboration is going to be really, really awesome. And there's going to be everything from jewelry to goods that people can take, art that they can take home with them. We're also going to have some on-site massage.
Wow.
We're going to have yoga there as well. So people will have a chance to do that. Some rituals that we'll do around May Day. People are interested in that, like working on getting a maypole and things like that. So yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, but can we speak a little bit to that or go a little deeper?
Yeah.
Because it is a very special time of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
My brother is he went to Cedar Springs, Waldorf, shout out. So it was a big deal with the maypole and the May Day. And, these are very special times. And, we come from a very farming background. So can we speak a little bit to like an itinerary? Like what could someone expect? Maybe like Saturday and Sunday, like timeline.
Yeah. So Saturday, people can expect a full day of music, delicious food that we're going to have there, various different variety of food, artists that you can take home goods with, a tour of the property, the maypole. We're hoping to be able to have the fire pit going.
Nice.
So if weather permitting, of course. But
I know.
Most likely it should be pretty good. And of course, the camping will all be very close to there, so it'll be really nice. But yeah, it'll be like an art village, a music village. We have 2 stages. We have the barn stage and we have the main stage. So a lot of places there.
Can we speak a little bit about the specific stages? So art stage and barn stage?
The main stage.
I'm sorry, main stage.
Main
stage. Was it barn stage and main stage?
Yeah, barn stage and main stage.
So where's the barn and where's the main?
Yeah.
Just paint a picture, theater of the mind.
Yeah. When everybody drives by Pie Ranch, they probably see the iconic barn right there.
Okay, so there's one stage.
Yeah, and that'll be where the barn stage is.
Nice.
And we got some really, really nice acts there. Some are up to 6-piece band.
Both stages I'm pretty stoked on.
Exactly.
It was only until after I posted, I was like, oh, there's a distinction.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like boom, like heavy hitter. 2 main stages.
Yeah. And so that that gives people an opportunity to go in between both stages, kind of really see the property as they're kind of making their way around. It's really beautiful. A lot of really cool historic places there. The main stage, of course, will have the nice backdrop of the mountains there, along with the trees, the farm.
Wow.
Just really beautiful out there, and some parts that probably people have never seen because they never get to go back there. So
I see. So it's a glimpse into the. That's part of it too, is supporting. Can we speak a little bit? We gave a little shine to Pie Ranch, but like they tell me a little bit about their, footprint.
Yeah.
What they've been doing.
Yeah.
So you guys, are intentional with working with Pie Ranch.
Yeah. One of the things that we really like about Pie Ranch is they're also a nonprofit, just like us. And so, the visions really seem to meet really well together and trying to create this beautiful experience. They're happy to do it on their property and really use the beauty of that property. They did suffer some damage from the fires, and just like myself too, I lost 2 homes in the fire. So
I'm sorry.
That was a devastating time. But they came back so well. Their property looks incredible. You can still see some of the scars back there, but it's amazing what they've done. And they do weddings, they do other smaller events as well, and some big events. So definitely support them and buy some pies. They have some incredible. They also have incredible baked goods in there, and some stuff that artists have made that they promote. Honeys as well, and it's just a great place. We don't have too many places like that. We can just stop on the side of the road and step into a barn and just see a beautiful magic inside.
Yeah, I like the way you put that. Yeah, that reminds me of Hartley Farms in Pescadero. We've fallen in love with like the goats.
Yeah.
Goat cheese and goat everything goat. And my little ones just love the baby goats happening right now. So Pescadero is kind of a beautiful thing. It's like you should stop and explore.
Right.
And if you love something similar to like community radio, you have to, exercise your vote through these events.
Yeah.
Through these activations, because that directly helps, the venue and the organizers and the bands and the players and the artists.
Right.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard thing, it really truly takes a village, and it's exciting what you guys are putting together. Are there other, so with future endeavors, you're leveling up this year. Is there future plans for this May Day festival?
Yeah, we're hoping that it'll be an annual thing.
Beautiful.
And we're hoping the community will come out and support it so that we can bring it to the community every year. And we feel like it's a very important thing for people to connect in that level. Festivals like this bring an experience that it's hard to find in just everyday life. Be able to escape away for a weekend and disconnect, be in a place where there's not too many cell phones and all that stuff going on. It's just connecting to music and art and animals and farms and being along in beautiful nature away from everything. So that's definitely what the festival will offer.
Wow. Yeah, it's music to my ears. It reminds me of like where I grew up in Apple Hill is a place in El Dorado County off of Highway 50 near South Lake Tahoe. Farm trails and understanding kind of like, the roots of all these different parts of California. Like California is such a unique place in the not only geographical, but like the agricultural potential.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then if you tie that with the arts and music and culture and kind of like intentionally weave a very beautiful braid of potential, I can foresee a wonderful pattern of multiple festivals. Forever.
Exactly.
It's a never-ending chain.
Yeah.
So if there's artists or groups or people listening, how do they engage, and how would they best approach not only the art house but the May Day Festival?
Yeah, definitely go to our website, lileaeske.com, and just follow the events there. You can read about the history of the art house, see the key collaborators that we have, like this May Day Festival. We have Cheyenne. We have the Vinguard who
Tell me about Vinguard.
Yeah.
That's the one piece I know Cheyenne.
Yeah.
But Vinguard is kind of unknown.
Right, yeah. And it's a great collaboration because the gal who's also helping coordinate the festival, Melissa Rusi, she works for Margins Wine. Margins, the gal who runs that, Megan Bell, is one of my really good friends, and she opened this wine tasting room on the west side.
Oh, nice.
This is right next to 11th Hour. And
fantastic.
She'll be there serving her wine with the Vinguard, but she's part of this group called the Vinguard, and they represent unrepresented vineyards, in the LGBTQ community as well, and give everyone an opportunity, women in wine, to shine with different events throughout the Bay Area, San Francisco, Santa Cruz, and they'll be there serving wine, beer, and beautiful smiles for everyone, and to try things that they have not tried before. There's some of these wines you all will never have tried before. So, and it's a whole the natural wine world is really beautiful and amazing. So,
For those that
Yeah.
are uninitiated, can we define natural wine? When you say natural wine world, what are you speaking to?
Yeah, so the process of which the wine is all the sediment and so forth is not screened out like it is with you're kind of embracing everything that's in the wine. Nothing is taken out, and so it has this very nice earthy, very nice connection feel when you drink the wine. And also some of the varietals of the grapes are ones that you know will not see traditionally in tasting rooms.
Wow.
Like things like Trousseau Noir or like white Pinots and things like that, which are some are starting to do, but that's something you'll see there. And so we hope people will. We'll try that. Also, Chenin Blanc. That's something that Martin serves, and it's a beautiful wine. So we're really excited for people to get a chance to try that and see their reactions.
Well, you just introduced a whole nother world of participants that should come to the event.
Yeah.
The sommeliers, right?
Right.
Well, we found like natural wine where we live in Bonnie Doon. We've had some kind of wine groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like collectively pooling resources to make our own bottles, our own Cave Gulch peat varietals. But that's a whole nother piece to it. Is like we have food, we have wine, we have music, we have art, we have community.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Did you foresee being an organizer of a festival?
Was
this something that you always were planning on, or did it fall into your lap? Speak a little bit to the journey to get to this point, man.
Yeah. The pandemic was definitely a dark time, but it was also a very creative one, and I couldn't have imagined coming out and doing a live festivals. But after the first one that we did, the experience, the connection, and everything is just incredible, and it's great to see everybody get together and see them smile, and the artists and musicians also get to connect with their supporters and different new people, gain a new following. So for them, it's incredible also. And being able to do it in different settings brings about just a whole different world and a different world of experience. So it's a lot of work, but we're looking forward to bringing that experience.
And you mentioned the artist. Who's booking? Who's the talent buyer? Is that you? Is it collective? Or?
Yeah, so it's been a collaborative work between myself and Melissa Rusi, who's been also the event coordinator. So we're bringing about a lot of that community of folk and Americana music artists together. So, yeah.
The folk and Americana genre, very good. It's beautiful, like especially in the San Luis Valley. We see Dis Daniel, Taylor Ray, kind of like some roots of Henry Chadwick, like crazy place, right? Like Highway 9, Boulder Creek to Felton into Santa Cruz, like interesting, redwood Sasquatch country, yet some like powerful voices and players and contributors to Nashville, to the biggest feeds that I follow as far as like Western music or country music or Americana and folk. AJ Lee, even the Cavas brothers, those guys are rock and rollers, but they're also like rooted in like a Tom Petty style Western vibe. That said, would you guys be open long term to opening it up to other genres?
Oh yeah, of course. As we see how this festival evolves, we're very open to all of that and different talent and as well. So. And we'll definitely have some branching out with like Gil Landry. He's a country western singer. His voice is just
I saw him on the lineup. I tagged him.
Yeah. And Mari So will be there too. She's just a really amazing musician who her voice kind of just connects you to a distant past. That I would say that is just really, really revolutionary, if you will.
Wow. Yeah, I love what you're saying. What about music kind of transcends things for you, or I mean, that's the thing is you are not only stewarding a very special place with the art house, but the legacy of the festival. With that said, like you are playing a very pivotal role. Do you ever think about, or personally, I would love to hear your thoughts on music and what it can do for people and for a community, and whether it be regionally or global.
Yeah. Well,
Because that's the thing is universal language, right? Even
Right.
if I can't understand the words, I can listen to some great music.
Exactly. And sometimes people who don't even know a language, they'll know how to sing a song in a different language because it
Of
has a
course.
melody that
Yeah.
connects you. It connects a different part of your brain, and it can make you feel things that are just things that you never felt. It can take you back to an old memory. It can trigger just a really happy memory. It can connect you to a space, to a place. It can also make you feel within yourself, and especially if you play, then you can feel that even more deeper. So those are things that we're looking to kind of just really connect people with and remind them that hey, this stuff is not far away from you. It's very close to you.
Are there specific artists that I hate when people ask me this question, but if there were varied genres, what other genres would you like to see at Mayday Festival 2026, 2027, 2027?
Yeah.
2028?
Yeah.
If there was, in a perfect world, this is a sellout and then this thing grows. And what could you foresee? Because 2 stages is brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that because even I work at Mozali, so even at a seasoned local, we're like a independent club, but we always think about like how can we level up and how there's a second stage potential. There's how can we like throw our day festivals and curated accordingly. And it's a very diverse offering at Mozali.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear your thoughts on diversifying the offering at Mayday Festival.
Yeah. No, we would love to have just a wide variety even within the folk and Americana. Other artists. Also maybe some rock. Some more bluegrassy stuff. And definitely just branch out as we hear new bands and people have reached out and maybe be able to encourage and look into seeing how that connects in an outdoor festival.
Yeah, the outdoor festival, different times of day can almost have different genres.
Yeah.
Right? Like a sunrise set is one flavor, and
Exactly.
a midday to an evening sunset set could be different genres.
Right.
Yeah, different feelings.
Yeah.
And I think you can almost curate people's experience based on and what are your thoughts on local offerings? Because Santa Cruz is just a wealth of
a
it's
lot of really great
yeah,
artists.
that's the thing is we have a big city talent pool with a small town population.
Yeah.
And like with that, as far as players, like it's just a matter of like who can find the best stage.
Right. Yeah. And there's a lot of cool places out in Santa Cruz. In Scotts Valley, there's the Blue House stage. I don't know if you've heard of that place. They do very similar music genre to Lile Aeske.
Very cool.
And Brooke Lipman, who runs that, will be there at the Mayday Music Festival as well, helping to support.
Very cool.
But her, it's like it's very nice outdoor setting. We've brought our Indian food pop-up out there a few times. We're going to be doing one in mid-April for their first show of the season. So
That's
definitely come out for that. They'll feature Chris Jones from Wolfjet.
I know Chris. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's nice post-pandemic, we just need to mobilize. There's a lot of artists, but they're just kind of needing their little kick in the boot to get going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because it was a weird, bizarre time, and I think a lot of good music is just kind of sitting in the repertoire and the quivers of all these players that are looking for a good place to play.
Right.
And what you guys are doing is you're setting a precedent, and from there it'll grow. And I just say, hang in there, because I think that, it may take a year or two, but if not this year, I think it's definitely going to come.
Yeah.
We're going to do everything we can, just get the mobilization happening right now.
Yeah. Thank you for that. We appreciate
Absolutely.
It
takes a village.
Yeah.
And the beautiful art by Cheyenne is incredible. And anything at the Arthouse or anything like within, like from now until the event, right? Because we're in early April now.
Right.
What should people look out for?
So
in the short term.
Right. So tonight, actually, we're having First Friday.
There you go.
Artist,
Yeah.
And then next week, on Wednesday, we're going to have a workshop featuring collage and poetry. And so people can do creative writing, and we're going to have Harpy Hybrid Review out of Chicago running that in collaboration with Lile Aeske. And it's going to be online, so people can join from their computers and see what's going on in the art house and write and share and take something really wonderful with them.
Wow.
Yeah. We did our first one last month, and it was really awesome. We did Erasure, which is just blacking out words in writing to create poetry within writing. So like finding a newspaper, blacking out certain, making a poem within
the
writing,
text,
which is really powerful during this time because there's a lot of like crazy stuff going on, and it's a way to kind of just try to find the beauty in writing in a dark time.
Yeah, I commend you on that. It's a beautiful thing to put your energy towards something constructive and beautiful. Yeah, even if it is bleak. My experience is we just have to think about our realm of influence. Yeah, because it's so hard. We can get frustrated with what's happening outside of the realm. But it's like, why would you worry about right here, right now?
Yeah, exactly.
You and me and our families and our community, and what you're doing with Mayday Festival is very exciting.
Yeah, awesome.
So stoked.
Yeah.
So stoked?
Yeah, totally excited.
Yeah, likewise. For anyone looking to engage, where do they buy tickets?
Yeah, so they can go to our website, lileaeske.com, or they can go on to Eventbrite and just type in Mayday Music Festival. Those are two really good ways. Also, if you're on Facebook or Instagram, we're follow us there, and you'll get all the updates. Yeah,
it's when I first found out about the festival, I was kind of unclear who was behind it. Now it's very clear.
Okay.
And if you follow any of the artists, a great way to support the artists is to participate in the festival and come through and connect with us. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Or I'm hoping to be there.
Yeah, definitely. We'd love to have you.
And thank you, Santa Cruz. This has been a beautiful, beautiful cannabis connection, and we're here to support all activations and all local artists. So if you're looking to connect with a broader audience, we're here for you. This has been Santa Cruz Voice, santacruzvoice.com, and I want to give you the last word. Anything else you could tell our audience in the last 20 seconds?
Yeah, definitely. We just, in this dark time, it's really important to stay positive, and we're hoping to see you all at the festival.
Give thanks, Santa Cruz. Have a beautiful weekend. I'm Christopher Carr. It's been a pleasure to connect with Anil, and we'll see you next week. Cheers. hear somebody outside listening.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Amazing.
Okay.
Great show.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you
for
for
the
coming
opportunity. I
in.
really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
absolutely.
Yeah. We would love to see you at the festival. And let us
Yeah,
know,
that would be great.
How we can help you with it.
I just want to cover it and do
Yeah.
media,
That would
take
be
care of you guys.
Yeah.